Hi, my name is Lowell Kaufhold. I'm with CPS Distributors. We really want to save as much water as we possibly can, and in the state of Colorado, our governor has proclaimed Smart Irrigation Month for the month of July, which is awful exciting. So with all that being said, we want to talk a little bit today about what makes a smart system. And so what I'm going to do today is review what a smart system is and what products go into that, and if you wanted to have quote-unquote the smartest system, what would that look like? First thing that we want to do is we want to talk about the brains of your sprinkler system, which is your sprinkler controller. Using a smart controller works in conjunction with the actual weather conditions to irrigate as much as you should irrigate and no more. So the obvious place to start with a smart sprinkler system is a smart controller. The next thing we want to talk about are the sprinkler heads or the emission devices that you have in your yard. One thing that you can do to make your system the smartest is to use sprinkler systems that have pressure regulation so that the water that is distributed from the sprinkler head is regulated at exactly the right pressure so that the water droplets are bigger, the water goes where it's supposed to go, and it lands in the pattern that it's supposed to land so that you get the optimum use of your water. If you didn't have a pressure regulator on your sprinkler heads, then you can get fogging where water's being thrown up into the sky and literally blowing away. And we definitely don't want our water to blow away. We want our water to land where we want it. And pressure regulation with sprinkler heads is one of the very best ways to do that. One of the other features that we have in sprinkler heads today is we call it a SAM, which is a SAM sprinkler head is basically a check valve that is in the sprinkler at the bottom. So when your sprinkler shuts off, we don't have water leaking out the top of the sprinkler head. If you have sprinkler heads at the bottom of a slope, for example, and your sprinkler shuts off and you don't have those check valves in the bottom of your sprinklers, what happens is the water leaks out and runs into the curb or down the gutter, and that water is wasted. So we have pressure regulation with sprinklers, and we have a check valve in sprinklers. So those are the two things you really want to look for if you want to have a smart sprinkler head or emission device in your yard. One of the other things that we have available to us these days for smart irrigation is the nozzles themselves. Nozzle technology has improved over the past 3 to 5 years, and we have nozzles now that are very efficient. They're putting the water down at a much more efficient rate than older nozzles. So one of the things that you could consider doing if you wanted to upgrade your sprinkler would be simply to go to each of your sprinkler heads and change those nozzles so that they were smart nozzles, so to speak, or higher efficiency nozzles. Using drip emitters or inline drip pipe for your plant beds or your flower beds is also a very smart thing to do, because what we're doing with drip pipe and what we're doing with drip emitters is we're putting the water at a very low volume right where the plant is. So we're not just spraying water all over the bed and allowing the soil to absorb that moisture and having the plant go find the moisture. What we're really doing with drip irrigation is we're putting the sprinkler, or putting the water right on top of the plant. Do sprinkler checks frequently throughout the summer, which involves turning on your sprinkler system. And a great way to do this is to set each sprinkler zone on your controller for like 2 minutes, and then running a manual cycle, and then walking around and watching your system operate.